I once shared a video on this channel on how I preserve my cassava in the freezer. I'll leave it in the link for your convenience. On this day, I was cleaning my fridge and I felt the cassava had been in the freezer for quite a while and I wouldn't want to use it for fufu. But then, and again, once I took it out of the freezer, if it thaws, it's just not going to work for fufu. So I decided to use it for cassava dough. And once it thaws, it's very easy for you to break it apart. I'm even using my hands, to demonstrate it to you, but you can just cut it into desirable sizes. And once it thaws again, it's easy to blend. So once I break it into smaller pieces, I put it in my blender, and depending on your blender, you add enough water to move the blades of the blender, and that is exactly what I did. So it was very easy to blend this because it was frozen and it had thawed. Once I'm done blending this, I have my chiffon cloth, okay, that I have lined up in my strainer. So this is one way that you can do it. Anything that can trap your dough for you, I recommend chiffon cloth like this works, okay. So once that is done, I'll just tie it and let all the water from this cassava drain. So this is one way you can do this. Okay, so to make this water drain completely, I put this bowl, okay, into my saucepan, and then I place the dough on it, and I am just going to get anything that is heavy to press on it to extract all the liquid from the dough. Another way, or a more convenient way, is to use a muslin bag or anything that looks like that. Okay, so this, for instance, had flour in it, and once it was done, I washed it thoroughly. And when I washed it, I really watched out for the writings, because if the writings fade, it means that they are likely to fade into the dough, so you don't use it. Okay, but this one, it didn't fade, so I conveniently used it for this purpose. So again, I put a bowl on it and I extracted all the liquid. Don't discard the liquid, because the liquid has the starch. Once it settles, we are going to get the starch. And then again, once you have your dough, put it on a container, okay, in a bigger bowl, and press it with anything that is heavy. This will help extract all the liquid in it, and you can leave this overnight, okay, for the next day. So this is the next day, and sometimes even after some few hours, all the water can drain. So it really depends on the time of day you did it. So as you can see, I'm taking it out of this bag, and even though there are writings, the writings have not faded into the dough. If you don't check out for this, you may just waste all your time doing this, and you have all the writings, transferring into your dough, which may not be so safe for you to eat. So this is the chiffon cloth that I used as well. You see, that also works. So if you don't have a muslin bag and you have a chiffon cloth or any equivalent stuff like this, it works. And then this is our dough. It is nice, it is smooth, okay, and depending on you, this can be really left on top of your counter for a while. You can let it ferment. My grandmother would normally sprinkle some salt on it. Okay, alternatively, you can cover it with some rubber. So the liquid from it had also sat down for a while, and I am just pouring the water on it. So you can see the starch is at the bottom, the starch is stuck to the bottom. So for this, again, I recommend overnight, because if you do it immediately, the starch will come out, like, sort of, it will not be stuck onto the bottom. Okay, so if you are pouring it out, you may end up pouring the starch. But if you leave it overnight, this is what happens: stuck nicely into the bottom, then you can have your starch. Okay, so once you leave this even in your bowl, it will definitely dry out, and then you will have your starch. So watch to the end and see how that turned out as well. So I let this sit for one day, covered with some cling film, and then I am just going to portion them into my bags. I'll use this for my banku. You can also use this for gari. If you want to fry it, you can really fry and have your gari as well. So I'll portion them like this, keep it in the freezer and use it. And then here is our starch that had also dried up nicely, and they are all clamped up together. They are not like really smooth, so I'm going to blend that to have a very smooth powder, after which I'll store in my airtight container. This can be used to make some glue, for some artworks with your kids, or you can use it as a thickener for your stir fries. In Ghana, we use this for some cookies called baby biscuits. I mean, the uses of this are so endless. So don't throw out that water that you extract from the cassava. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video. Stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.